Hey guys, so I'm back to do another video on a recipe for backpacking. It is a Thai peanut chicken noodle dish, and it is an entirely dehydrated dish. So when you're in the back country, all you have to do is boil water and then add the water, and then let it kind of heat up and just let it sit for a few minutes, and then that's all you have to do. There's no frying, baking, or anything necessary. Before I get to the full meal, I'm going to show you guys how to actually make the Thai peanut sauce. To start off, I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of like a peanut butter powder. So I'll do 3 tablespoons of this. It's good if you can kind of just like a mason jar or something that you can store all this in. Just so you guys know, I'm making a double batch today, so I'll tell you guys the ingredients, which is kind of like the base set, but because I'm making such a bulk batch into a mason jar, I've realized I might as well just make a double batch of it for myself. So the normal would be 3 tablespoons of peanut butter powder, but I'm going to put 6 in for mine. So the next thing you're going to add is 4 tablespoons for the single batch of milk, or dehydrated milk. For Thai peanut, I would definitely recommend getting a coconut milk. It's about the same price. You can just look on Amazon, you can find some, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. So again, you're going to add 4 tablespoons for a single batch, but I'm going to do a double, so I'm going to add 8. Now that I got my first 2 ingredients in here, I'm going to go for the next one, which is garlic powder. And for the single batch, you're going to do 1 teaspoon, but for a double batch, I'll do 2. Alright. After you get the garlic powder in there, you're going to get ginger powder. One thing to keep in mind is if you buy all your spices in bulk, it's a lot cheaper to do this. So Tam and I do. So you're going to do 1 teaspoon for a single batch, and then 2 teaspoons for a double batch. So after you put in the ginger powder, you're going to do half a teaspoon of salt for a single batch. And I'll make sure I put a recipe down below, that way it's a little easier to follow. After the salt, you're going to do 2 teaspoons of sugar, and that's for the regular single batch recipe. Alright, and then after the sugar, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper for a single batch, and then 2 teaspoons of crushed red pepper for a double batch. So after the crushed red pepper, you're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of cumin for the single batch. I know it sounds like a lot of ingredients, but hopefully besides like the peanut butter powder and the coconut powder, you should have a majority of this at your house. So after the cumin, you're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of curry powder. And then the last ingredient you're going to do for this is 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika for the single batch. And once you have all the ingredients in your jar, mason jar, whatever it is, just put on the lid and you can kind of shake it all together to make sure everything gets mixed up. Alright, and then afterwards, there's your dehydrated Thai peanut sauce. Next, we're going to go on to making the actual Thai peanut chicken noodle recipe. I haven't got a cool name for it yet. Alright, just so you guys know, I'm making 3 meals of this because me and my friends that are going are in a same tent group, and we decided to each pick a meal to cook. So I had one of the dinners, and it's going to be this, so I'm making 3 of them. And because we are going snow camping, we want to boost our calorie input, so I'm doing a little bit more noodles than I normally would. Normally I would just do 1 packet of ramen, but instead I'm going to do a packet and a half, and hopefully that'll kind of keep us warmer throughout the night. And then again, it doesn't really matter which ramen noodle you get, because you don't end up even using the seasoning. You just kind of use the actual noodles themselves. So I'm going to do 1.5 packs of ramen for each of these meals. Alright, so after you have your 1.5 packets of ramen noodles, I'm going to start off with my vegetables, and I'm going to do 1/4 cup of my dehydrated vegetables. Just so you guys know, with Harmony House, the dehydrated vegetables are actually labeled vegetable soup. Just for your own knowledge if you decide to go to Harmony House to get your own vegetables. Alright, so next I'm going to put a little protein in there, and I'm going to go with the Harmony House chickenish bits. I'm going to do 1/4 cup. Just so you guys know, chickenish bits are called chickenish bits because they're not actually chicken, they're like a textured vegetable protein. Just so you guys know, because even with the snow camping, you would do 1/4 of a cup of vegetables and 1/4 of a cup of your protein, and then the same as the other measurements I'm going to give you. The only thing I increased was the amount of noodles that I added to this, because that's going to be our main source of carbs. Next, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of your flavoring, which in this case is going to be the Thai peanut sauce. Normally that would be the end of your Thai peanut chicken recipe, but because I like a little bit extra kick, I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of jalapeno flakes to each one, because it's going to be cold outside and we want a little heat in our mouths. Alright, now that we have that done, all you have to do is seal up your Ziploc bags, and then when you are at your campsite deciding to make dinner, all you have to do is boil about 1 3/4 cup to 2 cups of water, kind of depending on how al dente you like your noodles. I'm probably going to do 2 cups because I like mine soft. And yeah, all you have to do is boil the water. Usually I throw this into my pot or whatever, and then it just kind of take it off the heat, and then the hot water just cooks it all through. And that's all you need to do. That's your cooking instructions for this meal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm hoping I'm going to do more later on with more meals that I come up with. I have a couple more in mind. Let me know if you guys have any more videos you would like for me to see, such as DIY, backpacking, essentials, and I can try to help you guys out with that. Comment below if you have any questions about this recipe. If you guys want to see more videos. Thank you guys. Have a good day.